All right, you will take your peaches and you're going to peel them and then you're going to slice them. You can pretty much slice them into any size that you'd like, but I just rotate and slice. Turn it and slice until I get down to the pit. This works best when they're really ripe. You don't want them crisp, but you don't want them mushy. Make sure that you don't include any kind of peel or skin from the peach. All right, then we're going to place all our peaches in a bowl that can go in the refrigerator. And we're going to add approximately 2 teaspoons of sugar. Now, these are fresh peaches, and this is about 2 cups worth of peaches. We're going to place those in the refrigerator after we mix this up and let that sugar pull out some juices. Place that in the refrigerator for probably about 20 minutes at least. All right, now we have a pan that my grandmother gave me. She used this pan to make her cobblers in as well. It's just thin aluminum. Have to be very careful when we place this on the stove top. We're going to put it on the absolute lowest heat possible on the stove top. Okay, and then we're going to add a whole stick of butter to melt it. While that's melting, we're going to take 1 cup of white sugar and we're going to add 1 cup of self-rising flour. Make sure it's self-rising flour. This makes your crust and it will rise to the top of the pie. I usually take a whisk and just mix this up so I can get all the large lumps out. There is no need to sift the flour. You can use all-purpose flour if you'd like. Just make sure that you're adding your salt and your baking powder to make it self-rising. All right, and to this flour mixture, we're going to add some buttermilk. You want to gradually add the buttermilk, being careful not to add too much. I usually try to start with about 1/2 cup of buttermilk and then mix that in to get my desired consistency. You want it to kind of be like a thin glue type consistency. See, I need to add just a little bit more milk, maybe another 1/4 cup. So we're probably at about 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk here. And it looks like it's coming right to the right texture. All right, now I have our peaches. Make sure that you taste your peaches before you put it into the pie. You want to make sure that you did, in fact, add enough sugar. You really don't want a tart pie. And our batter really did not have that much sugar in it, just a cup. Now you can use canned peaches for this recipe. If you use canned peaches, I usually add 2 cans of peaches, buy them both in heavy syrup, drain one of the cans. All right, into our melted butter, we're going to pour in our buttermilk mixture. We do not mix this. Just pour it straight onto the butter. You see how it's kind of sitting in the middle? That's what you want it to look like. Then we're going to add our peaches. Now, I kind of distribute the peaches around the pie. You don't want them to be all in one clump, but you don't want to disturb that buttermilk too much. You're going to place this in a 450-degree oven that you've had preheated, and make sure that your rack is in the middle of the oven. So after 40 minutes, this is what our pie looks like. I probably could have went with just maybe 35 minutes. It looks a little darker than it actually turned out. But make sure you let it rest for at least 20 minutes before cutting into the pie. Okay, you can see this is what the finished product of the peach cobbler looks like. You see how thick it is? How the peaches have come to the top? We'll take a look inside the pan. It's still kind of warm. Now that's why I could have let the peaches set a little longer to get more liquid in there. But my husband and I kind of like it on the thicker side. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It is so good. Don't forget to subscribe to Joanne's Food Bites and check out more of my videos on YouTube.